PocaTV Wenzzzday.
Right.
We're
Hey.
back, DJ.
Yeah. What do they
Good to
call
see
it?
you.
The dynamic duo, maybe.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
It's afternoon your side, remember? To me, it's already after 9 in the evening. This is time for me to relax. And here I go getting all excited with the new PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting. It's good to have you back, DJ. How are you doing?
Not so bad, thanks. Apologies for my absence in
Oh,
recent times.
apologies accepted. You must have had your good reasons.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything, let's start with your album today.
Yeah. If you look at the back of me underneath the Bob Marley picture, there is a reggae album sleeve. If you've got really good eyesight, you can probably read the name of the artist, which is displayed right at the top.
Yes, I can. I'm putting
But
the
it doesn't. But there is nowhere actually on the sleeve that actually tells you the name of the album anyway.
I don't know the album. I just know which artist it is
Yeah.
that you are sharing with us today.
Right.
So
But what's the
anybody,
name of the album? I'll get the big clue there, which is the artwork.
no, leave the clue for later.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so anybody knows the answer. What is that album DJ is showing us? Let us know in the comment section. And who knows, you might win ever living fame. Ever living fame. Let's
Ever-living
see.
kudos.
Kudos, exactly. Guess
Yeah.
what? There's already 2 people in the comments right now. We got our good friend Jaap there, who says, enrich your knowledge and redetermine your opinion and insight. An absolute must to listen tonight.
God,
Thank you,
blimey,
Jaap.
no, thanks, yeah. No pressure. But thanks.
No pressure at all. I must kind of a little bit correct you there, yeah, because it's not just listening, it's listening and watching. But I'm sure you know that. And here is Adrienne as well, saying greetings,
hi,
Poca and
Adrienne.
DJ. Hi there, Adrienne. So let's see who else joins us here today. We'll see when the time comes, DJ. Let me swiftly bring our viewers and listeners up to speed on what we will be talking about today on the PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting. Every Wednesday, hence the name. We will be talking today. I will be talking about Snoop Dogg at the Olympixxx. And what will you be talking about, DJ?
The benefits of walking backwards.
Of what? Actually walking backwards.
Yeah.
So that means there are benefits to that, are there?
Yeah. There are
Yeah.
hazards. There are obvious hazards as well, but they are pretty obvious.
Sure.
If you just think about walking backwards.
Yeah.
But there
Okay.
are ways. There are ways of dealing with those hazards, as we will establish.
Exactly. We will definitely. Let's start with those benefits because all of a sudden it's kind of a rage. People are doing it and because it's good for their health. Why is it good for their health? Let's have a look.
Walking is a popular form of exercise that offers numerous health benefits. While forward walking is common, walking backward, also known as retro walking, is an increasingly popular exercise trend with unique advantages. In this video, we will explore the mind and body benefits of walking backward and how this simple yet effective activity can contribute to your overall well-being. The benefits of walking backward. 1. Improved balance and coordination. Walking backward challenges your balance and proprioception, awareness of your body's position in space, enhancing your overall coordination. 2. Engages different muscles. Retro walking activates different muscles compared to forward walking, targeting the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back more intensely. 3. Postural alignment. Retro walking encourages better posture as you engage your core muscles to stabilize your body. 4. Joint flexibility. Walking backwards promotes joint flexibility, particularly in the ankles and hips. 5. Cardiovascular exercise. Retro walking elevates your heart rate, providing a cardiovascular workout that benefits your heart and lungs. 6. Mental focus. Walking backward requires concentration and mindfulness, which can be beneficial for mental clarity and focus.
Well, that's a lot of benefits, DJ.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any backward walking?
I have since in the last few months since I started showing an interest in the topic. Yeah, I do it in my yard because I know there's not going to be any congestion behind me in terms, and that could be people or cars or whatever vehicles.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to have a big open space so that if I walk backwards without looking behind me, I'm not going to fall into anything. It's just an open space, and I have, and I can't say that I haven't been able to measure. Let's put it that way, to measure if it has improved things for me in any way. But what I do know, I actually have lower back problems anyway, and the thing that it helps me with, me specifically, is the posture, because when you're walking backwards, there's an automatic, this human instinct, your posture.
You're more upright.
Yes, and you're more alert because you're so used, and a lot of that is to do with habit, because we're always used to walking forward, and then we get lazy. Some people do with posture, which is a bad thing. I know it is. So I think it has helped in my discipline.
But has it helped with the lower back pain at all?
Well, my lower back pain comes and goes anyway, so I wouldn't say it's actually helped with the pain, but it's made me more aware of posture,
right?
More than anything. But in terms of all the added benefits that the video just pointed out, like cardiovascular and improving strength in certain areas, it probably is helping. I mean, look, it boosts your core strength, and it can even help you burn calories. Now, I'm not one that needs to lose calories, but a lot of people complain about not losing enough calories, and so apparently walking backwards, you burn more calories than when you're walking forwards.
And it tightens your hamstrings and your bum and your ankles.
Well, that's what I was going to go on to, because a lot of athletes and sports people and footballers and rugby players, they do walking backwards to help protect their hamstrings. And and anyone who's familiar with going to a gym, you have those machines. Are they called treadmills? Is that the word?
Yeah. Treadmills
where where the machines and they have variable speeds, but that's not quite the same. And one of the reasons is because you have a handrail, which you can opt to use if you want. In the real wilderness, you're not going to have handrails to support you. So walking backwards in terms of keeping fit is not a new thing at all, because they've been in gymnasiums for decades, those machines, the treadmills.
Yeah, but treadmills in gyms are normally for you to walk forwards. But have they been doing the backward walking in gyms for a long time?
I think so. I'll check it out. I assume so, actually.
Never assume.
No, I know.
But you're telling me this is not a new thing at all?
Well, I mean, it originated from what I've researched. It originated in ancient China, probably many hundreds of years ago, but couldn't find any. Obviously, you're not going to find any footage from that time.
No.
On the internet, but there are other things that the video didn't mention, which was. Yes, it helps lower back pain, but how does it help lower back pain?
Well, you're going to explain.
By strengthening your back muscles, leading to better spine stability. It also can help with arthritis, and people with knee problems. I've mentioned about it protects athletes from injuries like hamstring, and it benefits people with walking impairments. And that's something that wasn't so obvious to me. And when I say people with walking impairments, you're generally talking with elderly people. Who elderly people tend to have walking impairments more common with elderly people than younger people who use a stick, for example.
Well, it might have to do with, the strengthening of your ankles and your hamstrings. I mean, the more musculature you have, the less pain
there's
you're
the other
in.
thing. You mentioned ankles there. And it does strengthen ankles, because if you think about your toes, because when you walk forward, let's say that when you walk backward, you are focusing more on your ankles, because you're walking you're walking forwards in reverse. Basically, that's what walking backwards is. It's the reverse.
So instead of doing heel toe, you're doing toe heel, and that's
exactly.
a whole
That's I was trying to get to that. Yes.
Okay.
And by definition, as a result of that, it actually it's an exercise for your ankles. It strengthens your ankles. Well, and I think the other reason is, and I'll go back to what I said earlier, when you're walking forward, because we're all used to walking forward, you get complacent, and therefore, posture, you slack. It's going to happen.
That only goes for people who didn't have a headmaster at school saying, "Walk straight, child." Some of us actually learned to sit and stand and walk straight.
Yeah, but that was all those years ago when you were at school, and as you get older, you can get complacent and lazy.
Some of us can, yes. Some of us
can.
Some
of us. Yeah, I'm sure you're an exception, but yeah.
Let's say hi to Donna. Hi, Donna. And I don't think Rosalind will be with us today because it's her birthday. So let's just say happy birthday to Rosalind for when she watches the show.
Happy birthday, Rosalind. Happy birthday.
It's her birthday today. So let's dig into the history of this walking backwards.
Sorry, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on,
which
is it increases your cognitive abilities as well. So it's not just about physical, it's about the mind.
Well, that's it said so in the video, didn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it did. Oh, okay.
Yes, it did. And how does that work? Why? Because you have to be more, like you say, less complacent while walking. You have to actually be
focus. Focus is the main reason.
It's the focus, right?
Yeah.
So how did this even catch on? Do you know? Where did this whole? You said China. Why are we talking about it now?
Ancient China was apparently when it first happened, as far as we know. But then in the a few hundred years ago, or maybe over 100 years ago, there were some Americans that decided to do some huge feats. Like there was one guy that decided to walk backwards all the way from San Francisco to New York. So west coast to east coast, and that's a lot of miles. That's a huge amount of mileage, and that was Patrick Harmon.
Yes, it was 1915. Actually, it wasn't hundreds of years ago. It was 1915.
Yeah, last century. Yeah.
So tell us about Patrick Harmon. And he didn't walk alone, as we see in the pictures. He walked with William Balthazar,
with a guide who was there. And so as you can see from the picture, if you look on the picture on the left, you have Patrick Harmon, and in front of him is a mirror, which is reminiscent of a car or even a motorcycle mirror. So as he's walking backwards, he gets to see
where he's
behind
going.
him, in case there's any obstacles or he bumps into something or somebody, to avoid that. And then his William Balthazar, who was his friend / guide, is obviously there as almost like a just in case you didn't see it in the mirror. I can tell you, watch out. But this guy, he did it for a bet.
So tell me again, he wanted to walk from what?
San Francisco to New York.
To New York. And why was he going to do that?
For a bet. Someone bet that he couldn't do it. And the wager was apparently 40,000 4,000 US at the time, which is equivalent of about 20,000 US dollars now. So it's a lot of money. And with the aid of a friend and a small car mirror attached to his chest to help him see where he was going, he made the 3,900 miles journey in 290 days, apparently walking every step backwards. And he claimed that the journey made his ankles so strong that it would take a sledgehammer to sprain them. Those were his words. But in those 290 days, that wasn't 290 days of pure walking. That was something like about 230 days, because he took breaks every now and then from walking. Yeah. And there were also some, let's say,
did he get his money?
Did he get the bet? I didn't even find out if he won if he won the bet, but whether he got paid, I'm not sure. I think he did.
It's really unclear, to be honest, whether or not he got his money. And his good friend Balthazar was supposed to make some money as well.
He was getting paid $5 a day for being his guy. $4. Yeah, but $4 a day then is more like maybe $30 or $40 a day now. So it relatively, it's still, for then it was a lot of money.
Yeah, but I don't think Balthazar got any money at all, though.
Yeah, he got his $4 a day. His $4 a day.
I don't think he got the money. Never mind.
From Harmon. Harmon paid it to him.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Maybe I can't. We don't know if he actually did get the money, but it was. And there were some rumors that some of the way he actually cheated.
Yeah.
Because there was this thing about a railway track, and he was saying he was at this particular location, but he said, how could you be at that location if you were allegedly somewhere else at the same time? And then they called on to the fact, oh, that new location was a railway track, therefore he took the train for some of the journey.
Right. So did this catch on? Was this like a huge hit? All of a sudden everybody wanted to go backward walking, retro walking, whatever you want to call it?
Well, there was another guy that did it, that tried to walk backwards around the world in America. I think, in fact, he was so serious about it. His wife left him because his wife divorced him. That's right, Plenty Wingo. But the interesting thing was, his wife left him because he wasn't sending money back from wherever he was, because they were hard up. They were going through hardship, and they had a new daughter at the time, a baby. And she ended up divorcing him. But many years later, they ended up remarrying and then divorcing again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an amazing story. But the daughter ended up leaving the mum and living with the dad, and they ended up working in cafeterias together.
Oh, wow. So this Mr. Wingo, he went around the world that was his. He had a different method for putting up the mirror. He put them on his glasses.
Correct. Yes, as you can see there. Yeah. And he still and when he died when he was about 93 or 94 in 1990 something. But he still had the glasses to show, because he was interviewed. Yeah. And he pulled out the glasses, and they're still working fine and everything. But he was trying to go from where was it? He tried after America. He tried to hit Europe, but he was having problems in getting transportation to Europe. Finally, they went on a ship, and he ended up and he went to Germany, where he continued his backward walking mission. But because in Germany not many people could read English, he was walking around with a sign on his back saying, "I am walking backwards." But so he had to get someone in Germany got another sign and translated it into German, so that people could understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
As you can see and in Turkey and in Bulgaria, he went to prison there as well, because they just imprisoned him because he was doing something that they weren't particularly au fait with. And in fact, he was.
They put him. Whoa! They put him in prison for walking backwards.
No, there was a place in he was put in prison in America for I think it was in Texas for walking backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was put in prison in Texas for walking backwards. So I've got it written in my notes. I can't see it. Where is it?
Oh, DJ.
Oh, yes, it was in Phoenix. He was arrested by police who said it was against the law to walk backwards.
Against the law to walk backwards.
Yeah,
Can you
within the
imagine
city, and he was taken to jail. He was told that he would be put in a cell with a murderer. When he asked when he asked to make a phone call, he was taken downstairs when he met an old friend laughing. It was all a gag. So the whole thing was a gag. That the reason that they put him into prison in the first place.
Can't believe all this. He made quite a name for himself. He was in newspapers and pamphlets, and he made postcards of himself walking backwards, which he sold, made some money to send back to his wife.
In fact, Harmon did the same thing. He was raising money by selling postcards during his San Francisco to New York journey. Yeah. He did the same.
So did he get any further than Istanbul? Did he ever even make it across all around the world?
No. But he had an attempt. I mean, look, he didn't do South America. He didn't do Australia. Didn't do.
No, you can do the circumference of the world. That's around the world. I mean, around the world in 80 days. They didn't go to every single country in the world. They just took a route.
Right.
Yeah, but he didn't make it. So Istanbul was the end of Plenywingo, was it?
Yeah, that seems to be the end of his pursuits. And then he went back to America.
Mm-hmm.
But he hooked up. He ended up working in cafeterias. His daughter came to join him, and she was a waitress. And I'm not sure if I think he was a chef.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, in America, so he didn't get rich by doing this at all.
Nor really famous. I mean, we had to kind of dredge him up, didn't we?
Well, we're making him famous now. But
we are. Plenywingo. And
Plenywingo.
Patrick Harmon, never forget.
Yeah,
Patrick
man.
is the name. The first one's Patrick.
Harmon.
Is it Patrick? Yes, it is Patrick. Let me check.
Mm.
Yes, it is Patrick. So Patrick Harmon and Plenywingo big up themselves for coming up with this weird hobby. I wonder. When we talk about backwards walking, DJ, most of us immediately think of this guy. Where is he? This guy here, Michael Jackson, who kind of walks backward when he does the moonwalk. He's dead. When he did the moonwalk. Did that come to your mind as well?
Yes, it did. And in fact, when I was doing the research, I watched a proper Michael Jackson video of moonwalk. I think was it Billie Jean or
so many of them.
Thriller, I think they did it as well.
Yeah. But Donna says, is it an Olympixx part in the making? Break dancing is break dancing is out already, Donna.
In the Olympics they call it breaking. They don't even use the word dancing, do they?
But it's not coming back. And no, that has nothing to do with the Australian. California just decided, or Los Angeles just decided, breaking is not what they're gonna do. They want to kind of.
It's funny because the Olympics, they have all kinds of things in sports that I would have never envisaged. I mean, BMX bike riding. I think that's been into about 2 or 3 Olympics now.
But that's total sport, DJ. I heard you talk about it the other day, and you were kind of disparaging about it. That's total sport, BMX biking. That's a harsh sport.
But so is skateboarding. But I don't see a skateboarding.
There was skateboarding in Tokyo.
Oh, was there? Oh, so it was a one-off then?
No, right. There was skating now.
No, yes. Skateboarding.
Yes, they call it park. There was a lot. The British girl one.
Okay, so they call it what?
There's different ones. One of the competitions is called park.
Oh, right.
I watched hours and hours of park during these Olympics. It's fabulous.
No, I didn't. Right.
Anyway, I was talking about the moonwalk because time is running again. I wonder if you ever tried the moonwalk, DJ.
No.
Well, I have, and I didn't know how, but now we are going to learn how.
To moonwalk, start by putting on a pair of socks so you have as little friction as possible while you're learning. Then, standing on a smooth surface, place one foot directly in front of the other. You want the width between your legs to be about 4 inches, which will help you keep your balance. Next, lift your back heel up so you're standing on your toes. When you're ready, slide your front foot straight back so it passes behind your other foot. Now, lift your back heel up while simultaneously lowering your front heel down. Once you've done that, slide your front foot straight back so it passes behind your other foot. From there, lift your back heel while dropping your front heel at the same time. Put it all together by smoothly alternating which foot you use to slide backwards, and you're moonwalking.
Yep. I'm going to try that now that I know how it's done.
Easy as that.
Yeah, I always thought you had to kind of push with the foot that was on a toe, that you had to push, but you don't. You just slide the other foot back. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
easier than you thought. Yeah.
It's easier than I thought, yes.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to tell us about walking backwards?
Well, I mean, overall, as I said from the outset, there's only one hazard that I can think of, and that's having to, if you don't have the glasses like the people that we covered have, then you're going to have to be turning your head round and twisting, which is not a good thing.
No, that's not a good thing at all.
But other than that, I think everything about it is a good thing.
So will you be walking down the hills of Montego Bay backwards and back up the hills?
No, that's not going to happen. But not the uphill bit. But especially in the heat, it's just too hot. But no, as I said, I do it in my yard, in the grounds of my yard.
Yeah.
And that's sufficient for me. I'm happy with
Right.
that. How about you?
I've been walking backwards all week now, up and down stairs and not everything. And to be honest, I'm already noticing it. Everything is really tight
Really?
now.
So
No,
you
I'm
walk
just kidding.
backwards upstairs? Oh, right. Okay.
But the one question I want to ask you is, should this be, because all those benefits that we've been talking about, should we not be starting early with youngsters, every day? First of all, it will teach them not to scream and shout like Dutch children do all day long, because they'll be walking backwards. They'll be more mindful. They'll be more focused. They'll have better ankles, better hamstrings, better core.
Well,
instead of gaming, I'm just asking.
no. Well, instead of gaming, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, but absolutely. But for children, as in that shot that you just showed, it's especially useful or important because it strengthens and sharpens their cognitive skills.
Right. So it should be compulsory in every school. From the time children learn to walk,
They
we should be telling them walk front, walk back, walk front, walk back.
Surely they should incorporate it into PE, physical education.
No, just when you're moving from one classroom to the next, walk backwards. They'll be so much more quiet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So rather than a formal kind of lesson in it, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Just make them do it all the time.
Well, yeah.
Donna says, don't try it on the road. Not in Jamaica. True.
No, I wouldn't try it anywhere in any country, let alone especially Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah, and she also wants to know, are the benefits different from regular walking?
Yes, you mean from forward walking? Yeah, absolutely. As pointed out, and we said it strengthens the ankle. It strengthens because it improves posture.
Yeah.
And as a result of and that that's better for your spine, which is better for people with back problems, whether they have back pain or not. You can have back problems without having pain.
Right.
So the answer to that is absolutely yes. It is a big improvement. However, what I will qualify that and say that one of the main reasons that it's beneficial is because we are used to habitually walking forward. So they would, because of the way the human mind is, there could come a point where it'd be inevitable that you get complacent walking backwards as well, and as you do with walking forwards.
Right. And maybe if we all started walking backwards all the time, we you know, in time we'd develop eyes in the back of our heads, because the human body adapts to situations.
Well, we would be able to sense things behind us without looking at them better. We would be better placed, and you understand?
Yeah, so that would be great if I'm walking in an alley at night, and you know, I would know, I would feel, I would sense danger behind me without having to look over my shoulder.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can, you know, you use the dark alley example. You know, everybody has a smell, has a scent, and I've noticed in the past, even, you know, when walking forward, I know there's somebody behind me, not because I can hear them, because there's a scent, there's a waft, there's a smell.
Evil stinks, DJ.
No, not necessarily evil. It could be someone harmless. But my point is, everyone
Anything
has their
behind
own
me in
scent.
a dark alley is evil. That's how I treat it.
Well, there could be another. It could be someone just carrying their shopping bag home. They're not necessarily evil.
They have evil in their shopping bag. That's how I treat them when I'm walking in an alley at night.
Okay.
Last thing, because time really ran out.
As a woman, I can understand you being as a woman. I guess I would think differently.
Yeah, maybe.
Along those lines.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe that has to do with it, which is a bloody shame if that's the case. But yeah, I want to end this because this backward walking thing has sparked some creativeness among people, and a little poem was made and a little video to go with it. Let's enjoy it together, shall we?
We're walking backwards, seeing what we've seen. Yesterday's ahead of us, tomorrow's where we've been. What's in front is certain, what's behind's unclear. We're walking backwards, backwards walking we're.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yesterday's ahead of us. For tomorrow is where we've been. You know,
Yes.
that's the reverse psychology.
But it's beautiful. It's
No, I know.
philosophical. Yeah.
Yeah,
So great
brilliant.
stuff. We're all going to dig into this backwards walking thing, DJ. And before you know it, we'll all have really big hamstrings and really strong backs and all of that. We'll all be
and ankles that a sledgehammer couldn't do damage to.
exactly. I think it's time for you to give us a tip on the album in the background.
So you see that album behind me, which is underneath the Bob Marley picture. So the name of the album, the clue is in the artwork. So there's a picture of something on the album. If you can
Yes,
figure
there's
out,
a picture of a lion.
Yeah, there you go. So you're halfway there.
So I know it because I know the artist.
Yes, but do you know the name of the album?
Oh, I thought you said by me saying lion, I already got that.
No,
It must be Conquering Lion.
No, that's Yabby You.
Well, there's many more Conquering Lions.
That's not Yabby You, by the way. Now you know it's not Yabby You.
No. I'm going to say it's Uroy. Is it Uroy?
Oh, in terms of the artist, close.
Huh?
You're close.
Is it Iroy?
Yes.
It's Iroy and something lion. And it's not Conquering Lion.
No.
It is.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be guessing this. You might have
I can guess. This is my show. For goodness sakes, this is my own personal show. I can do whatever I want.
Guess
Anybody? Okay, people, if you know the answer, because DJ somehow thinks you're going to recognize that album. If you know it, I'm giving you it's Iroy, something lion.
Daniel, if Daniel's watching, he would know.
Daniel is not watching because he would have let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna ponder the situation, and if I know it by the end of this program, I'm just really gonna say it, and I'm gonna give myself a prize on my own program.
And no cheating, no Googling.
No Googling. I'm right here pushing 27,000 buttons at the same time, like this button. Here is Adrienne saying it's Lion of Zion. Is
No,
that the right answer?
no.
No. Good try though, Adrienne.
Yeah.
It's not Lion of Zion. Really want to know. Um,
And there's and the name of the album is the name of one of the tracks as well.
oh, I'm so bad at this, really. Okay, let it slide. Who knows? Anybody will come up with the answer. Adrienne, maybe give it another try. We know you're in somewhere near there. We know Lion is right. It's not Lion of Zion. It's not Conquering Lion. Is it actually the English word lion? Or should I be thinking in Amharic?
No, no, no. It's not. It's nothing cryptic. It's all English. It's regular
Okay.
English. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll
No,
let
you'll
it
kick
slide
yourself.
for
You'll
now.
kick yourself when you find out.
I probably will. It's not
Yeah.
Snoop Lion, is it? That would segue us into the next topic.
That would be no. That would just be too spooky.
That would
too
be
too snooky.
Snoopy. All right. As I was saying at the beginning of the program, DJ did his topic on the benefits of walking backwards. And I would really, really love to, what's the thing? To now put our time and attention towards Snoop Dogg, who was at the Olympic Games and was very, very much present there. Snoop Dogg, that American rapper. That's how most of us know him as a rapper. His real name being Calvin Cordozar Brodus Jr., which actually was the name of his stepfather, because his real father just moved out as soon as the baby was born. And the mom gave him the name of the next guy who came along and who's actually stayed with the mom, Calvin Cordozar Brodus Jr. We know him as Snoop Dogg. California, Snoop, West Side, a good boy when he was young. He did really well at school, went to church, sang in the choir, all the things you would not believe if you knew Snoop now. Because, of course, the whole world got to know Snoop at the beginning of the 1990s when he came out with this, well, I'm going to say fabulous album called Doggy Style, produced by Dr. Dre of NWA, Makers with Attitude, NWA. Doggy Style came out, and we'd never heard anything like it before in the rap scene. Did you like Doggy Style? Did you like Snoop when he came out, DJ?
So. I wasn't overawed, over enamored by him. I was more interested in Dr. Dre's productions rather than Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop as a rapper, as an artist. I was into hip hop at the time, but I was more into Ice Cube and
yeah, but the slick tunes and the way he what he did, he actually brought that, you know what, the sentence not finished yet, I'm going to continue on the next line, and
right.
It was really slick. It didn't appeal to you at the time.
It wasn't. Okay. There, at the time, there was a huge amount of hype going around, and that put me off because there was so much hype. To me, it didn't. I thought, what's the big deal? Why is there so much hype about him? But
because the sound was so different from anything. This is 1993 we're talking about. It's before rap became big. Remember that?
And that sound was because of Dr. Dre's musical production. Yeah. Snoop was the vocalist, and he added lyrics and rhymes and things. And
he came up with the double this and the shizzle and all the words he came up with. He came up with so much stuff.
Dogg. And he was known as Snoop Doggy Dogg then, wasn't he?
He was, but that's too long. So let me just put up a few more album covers or single covers that came always with the dog. Got to give credit to the artwork guy, Joe Cool Daniel. He also did really dark albums, but they're not colorful and nice, so I'm not showing them to you. This is just so you know what was going on at the beginning of the 1990s when Snoop Dogg came on the rap stage. And I really love this music. I did. Do you know why he's even called Snoop?
Because he used to spy on people or try.
No, his mother called him Snoopy because he used to love those
Oh, Snoopy. Right.
Snoopy
Okay.
the dog. And that's why he's called Snoop Dogg. His mom called him Snoopy. And of course, we all know Snoop Dogg from his extensive use of cannabis. There is not a picture that you can look for Snoop and not find him with a blunt in his hand or two, like you're seeing here. There's a lot of cartoons of Snoop Dogg, maybe because he's got this characteristic face, so it's easy to make a caricature.
Sure.
I think it's all part of those times, and I really did enjoy the newness of it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. It was novel.
It
Yeah.
was, and I'm going to tell you about what Snoop does as well. But before I get to that, at a certain point, he got really tired of working, and he took a sabbatical. And guess where he spent that sabbatical, DJ? He spent it right in Jamaica. And he then changed his name to Snoop Lion.
Oh
And he
yeah.
made a Rasta album with dubs and Here Comes the King. All of a sudden, Snoop was into Rastafari, but it didn't last very long.
No.
It was a moment in time that he really, really enjoyed. I
I I
remember,
I, I remember. That was more hype. I remember that.
yeah,
I remember all that, and I'm thinking, you don't just decide you're a Rasta just like that, and all of it just because you're Snoop Dogg
well, he
you've got
did.
millions of fans. You know.
He did, and he got away with it like he gets away with almost anything. And I remember at the time I was in Jamaica, and he was on every radio show. Everybody wanted to talk to Snoop
Of course
Lion
he
and
was. Yeah.
talk to him about
Of course he
Rastafari.
was.
And he said all the right things. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we all knew that it was just, he wasn't an extended vacation. What did Zana say? He was mercenary.
Oh right, as mercenary, as in you pay me money and I'll come on your show kind of thing.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really work in Jamaica most of the time because
No, it wouldn't. Yeah.
no money there. Um, when he went back to the States, he got into other stuff, one of which being, because this is what I like about him, he kind of reinvents himself every time. Suddenly we see him on a television show with Martha Stewart, the television personality who does cooking programs on television. Suddenly we see Snoop Dogg with Martha Stewart, which is the most unlikely combination of people because she's really prim and proper. She's known for her etiquette and knowing how things are done. And then she comes up with these really fine dining. And there's Snoop in the kitchen with her. And the two got along like a house on fire because I
Right.
guess Martha Stewart was at a moment in her career when she needed some fresh blood to give herself a boost.
Yeah,
But what
man.
it also did, it made Snoop cross over from the rap scene to all of a sudden he was this household name.
Mainstream. Yeah.
There he was baking cakes and muffins and all of that. And he even later made his own cookbook in which he took the family recipes and he snoopified them and and
Snoopified them.
and this same Martha Stewart wrote the foreword, taking it all very seriously. The book sold millions, of course, and there you go. Snoop is a true entrepreneur. Let me show you what else he's been doing in his life. He is a producer. He's a record label owner. He actually bought the label, the Death Row label. He's a fashion designer. Everything you saw him wear at the Olympics, he
He
designed
bought
himself.
he bought the Death Row label. That was Dre's label. Did he buy it? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
but it went from Dre to somebody else, I believe, and then now Snoop has it.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fashion because everything you saw him wear at the Olympics, he designed himself. He designs his own shoes. He's an actor. He's a game character. You find cartoons of Snoop in games. He even designs games. He's a television host, and he's an author because he wrote that cookbook.
Wasn't
So
wasn't
that's
he wasn't he involved with MTV? Didn't he have a program on MTV for a while?
yes, television host is what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah. That's what made me think of that. Yeah.
So this guy is not just any guy from the hood, like people would probably think. This is a guy with real talents, doing stuff, making millions, knowing the right people, putting his face everywhere people want him to be. And this kind of led to him being at the Olympics. How did that start? Well, that started a couple of years ago when he was Kevin Hart's guest on NBC streaming online. Kevin Hart being being a comedian, and the two of them had a whole series in which together they looked at sports and did live commentary. And this is the one that got Snoop into the right circles to have him go to the Olympics. Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg in 2021, I believe.
I thought it was a beat was about to drop. Okay, all right, that was an easy one. Come on, let's do another one.
Horses. I like this. This is equestrian.
This is
They call
prancing.
They call this
Prancing.
equestrian.
By the way, look at that horse.
Did you? Oh, the horse crip walking, cuz. You see that? On the set. That's gangsters of up. Hey! Oh, cuz. Oh, look at this, cuz.
Oh, come on, man.
This horse is off the chain. I gotta get this motherfucker in the video, cuz.
Oh, you see?
Oh, my God.
Snoop said I gotta put the horse in the video.
Motherfucker's off the chain. I need that.
Horse crip walking is officially in the Olympics.
Man, you see that?
Play it one more time, man.
Gotta see that. The intro walk was
play it one more
cold.
time. Play it one more time so we can see it. Oh, West Coast. By the way, how did the horses get to Tokyo?
What airline was it? Emirates.
They fly
That's
the horses.
expensive.
They fly the horses on Emirates?
And the athletes on Southwest?
You know, the problem is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Do the horses get medals when they win too, or they don't get medals?
That's a good question, Snoop. I've never seen a horse with a medal.
Do they?
No, it goes to the person on the horse, which should be changed.
He ain't did nothing but just sat on the motherfucking went for the ride.
Yeah, I didn't see that jockey do any type of crip walk just now.
Just stayed on for the ride. Just.
You didn't have your ankles taped. The horse did. I demand for a horse to get the respect that they deserve, have the same bragging rights as the jockey. You start to hang a medal on these horses' neck, so when they get around the other horses, they can and show the other horse. You don't think a horse want to brag? I want to brag too, bitch. Look at what I got. Look at you. They get back there in the stall. Look at y'all naked neck asses. They ain't got nothing. Just look at me over here shining. I'm over here shining on y'all.
So that went totally viral, and it kept on going viral. And so there is Snoop, and everybody knows he's into sports. Quick look in the comment section, DJ. What does that say? Donna says, "There's no love for anyone who exploits my countrymen." How did he exploit them, Donna? Tell me how he exploited them. He was on an extended vacation and he made an album. Yes, and he asked for money, which he didn't get because there's no money in radio.
Yeah, because she said he was
Jamaica.
mercenary, so maybe that's what she
Yes.
meant.
Okay. Do you mean actually mercenary as in paid to kill other people, Donna? Is that what you mean?
No, I don't think she meant that.
No. So I want to know how did he exploit
No,
your
mercenary doesn't necessarily have to mean that. It has
No.
a wider meaning as well. Yeah.
Oh, you mean that he was pretending to be a Rasta? Yes, that I understand that.
That was the bit that I was remarking on as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he got a lot. I remember because, like I said, I remember that because he got a lot of flack from Jamaicans for that. But then they still went and bought his album, so I don't know how that works. I really don't know.
Well, the Rasta, I think it wouldn't have been the Rastas that bought his album. It would have been
No,
other
I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Anyway, this was in 2021. This thing in with Kevin Hart, and suddenly there is talk about Snoop going to Paris for the 2024 Olympics, and right before they started, he was in a show with Jimmy Fallon. You know, the Tonight Show. And that's when Snoop all of a sudden showed his softer side. Let's just have a look at that.
Oh, I'm glad he has one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are the grandkids?
Thank you for asking, Jimmy. That's the most refreshing part about my career now is being a grandfather. Not the accolades, not the appearances, but just to have grandkids who really love me and appreciate me and look up to me. And
Yeah, do they know your music?
No, what they do know is that I created a show called Doggyland that I made. No, for real, it's a kid show I created for them because I was tired of them watching Coco Melon when I was spending time with them. So I was trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm like, what do I got to do to get y'all attention? Okay, so y'all want to watch Coco Melon? Watch this. I'm finna go put together something called Doggyland. So I got action figures and characters that sing. One of the characters is my voice, so I tricked him.
Here's you and your grandkids, which I think is cute.
Yes.
But here's why another reason why you're the best. I heard you like to dress up when you were with the kids.
Yes, always.
In a costume of their favorite characters. You're in this costume?
That's me inside of there. That's me inside of there. And that's me inside of there.
And do you wear this when you leave the party?
No, I stay him all night. Like, what happened was when I first started going to my grandkids' parties, the parents would rush me and, oh my God, it's Snoop Dogg, let me have a picture. So I had to figure out a way to take Snoop Dogg out of the party. So whatever the theme of the party was, I was gonna come as the costume. As soon as the kids see me, oh my God, it's Buzz Lightworth or whoever I'm dressed as.
That's the best, buddy. We're gonna have so much fun in Paris. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hang with you. But
Jimmy.
There's no limits. There's no limits. This is the one and only Snoop Dogg, everyone. One of my favorite dudes. Check out his Paris.
So yeah, he got to Paris, and not only did he get to Paris, he was the person carrying the torch, the flame, the Olympic flame on behalf of the Americans. He was there walking with that torch.
All right. I thought that was Tom. I thought it was Tom Cruise that did that, or have I got something wrong?
No, Tom Cruise was at the with Snoop, by the way, at the end of the Tom Cruise and Snoop brought the flame back to America to light it there.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting it from. Yeah.
But the opening ceremony, it was Snoop and everybody's there. He was sitting everywhere, and everybody's asking themselves, why is Snoop there? Now we know. So of course. Him being known for his ganja use, these are the pictures that we saw at the time, and he had a good old time there, didn't he? Because he was all over the place. He went to see a whole lot of what do you call it, sports events, and he was a mascot. He opened one court. What court did he open? I think it was breaking. Yes. I think he's the one who opened the new court for breaking. You know, when
that would make sense. That's
yes,
that's relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the pictures got more ludicrous every single day. And I
wonder if he designed that.
I don't know.
To use them as spectacles. I mean,
probably did. Yeah. See what else is going on. He was on. What's Donna saying? He was on a mission. Cannabis industry was the motive. I just can't forgive him. All right, Donna, we have to send him an angry. You know what? You know who we should also be mad at, Donna, when it comes to the cannabis industry. We should try the Marley Sons. Why did they sell out to Canada and to LA? We need to talk about
California. Bob would be turning in his grave.
And Canada. Yes, that's Jamaican strains that they're selling in Canada. Yeah, and the Dutch are everywhere when it's it's the Dutch actually who
we could do a whole thing on this.
We should, because the Dutch influence is what changed Jamaican cannabis into what it is now, which is really not what it used to be, and that's the Dutch influence. So
it's the European and American seeds, but.
No, but it used to be Dutch, because it's what is it, 5 years since the United States are allowed these things? It was always Holland doing these things.
I think the Dutch connection is that's where skunk comes from, and that opens
exactly.
up a whole new way of doing things.
Yes,
but we can cover that on the topic, because that's a subject close to my heart as well.
Yes, all right. Now, we're still now talking about Snoop at the Olympixx. I guess the highlight for the whole world was when he was suddenly with his friend Martha Stewart. We saw them in dressage clothing and being all posh and all that, because I was telling you, Martha knows about etiquette, and she knows about what to wear when and how to comport yourself. And there he was together with Martha Stewart.
He got the costume just to be a spectator, but he's not actually taking part.
No, but he was on a mission because the horse that he and Kevin Hart were laughing about, the one doing the crip walk, sideways, that horse was coming to Paris as well. And Snoop really wanted to look up the horse and, you know, give it some props. And because Snoop says he always likes to give credit to the people or beings that, you know, that came across his path. And he wanted to go back to Paris to see the horse. Before that happened, of course, he had a gazillion interviews to do, one of which we're going to look at least him and Martha Stewart, right after this whole horse thing was going on.
From the city of love, many fell in love with Snoop Dogg as he cheered on Team USA at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Becoming Team USA's unofficial mascot, fans got to see him living his best life across the 16 days of competition. One of his most viral moments came early on July 28th, a photo of Snoop Dogg lifting his shades, revealing shocked eyes as he watched on the GOAT, Simone Biles, in the gymnastics qualifiers. The 52-year-old reacting as we all did anytime she was flipping through the air. Now, his fashion throughout the games definitely turned heads, possibly the most iconic of his looks when he stepped out with bestie Martha Stewart. In matching equestrian outfits, the duo photographed intensely watching on the dressage team Grand Prix special on the 8th day. Snoop dished to Access about how excited he was to attend that event with his friend.
I want Martha to explain to me the dress code and the etiquette to dressage, because this is her expertise. Food and horses and this sporting event is her expertise, so I brought her in as like my ringer so I can have my dialect and my articulation together when I'm speaking to that sport.
He even got to meet some of the horses.
You know what I think did it?
What was that?
It was your commentary on the dressage. You know,
for real, the horses.
The crip walking horse. I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to meet him this year.
What?
I got a date to go meet the horse, cuz me and him gonna sit down and chop it up. I'm gonna bring him some carrots and apples. You understand me? Get him together. There you go. Come on, get down. We were different than we were. Just take the whole thing.
You have been front and center at gymnastics, swimming. You swam with Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Fenced with
Was that
Miles.
in the pool right here?
That was an Olympic pool.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was an
I thought it was down. I thought
It
it
was an Olympic-sized pool, Martha. Stop discrediting my
she said, does that count? Were you at the Four Seasons?
It was an Olympic-sized pool.
The rapper was seen having a blast in the stands, from cheering on at the men's basketball quarterfinal match to sitting alongside Jordan Child's parents at the gymnastics qualifiers. Snoop, in part, served as a correspondent for NBC. He also was one of the final torchbearers of the Olympic flame ahead of the game's opening ceremony.
There you go. There you go. So he did bring the flame back to LA, like you said, together with, what's his name?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah. One thing I would like to set straight is horses don't get a medal, but they do get a ribbon. But Mopsy, the horse in question, did not qualify. Mopsy did not make it through the rounds and did not qualify, but I'm giving Mopsy a ribbon for 6th place because, I mean, 6th place really doesn't count. But just so Snoop knows, they don't get a medal, but they get a ribbon on the side of their, not girdle, what do you call that thing? What do you call it? What do you call the thing that the horse wears? The rein, the part that's over the face?
Oh, the reins, yeah.
No, the reins is what you hold. What do you call it when it, the thing that...
I don't know the name.
You don't know. You're English. You're supposed to know these things. You're the equestrian nation of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry.
So that's kind of the story of Snoop.
I'm not properly representative of England then.
No, you definitely are not.
No.
No. So, well, I guess that's it, DJ. Let me see what comments are coming in. A harness is what Adrienne says.
Ah, that's it. Yes.
Probably. Yes. Probably.
Yeah,
harness.
that's it. Harness with an E,
Yeah.
not an N-E-S-S at the end. Yeah.
Harness is what you say.
That's what I think. Maybe
Yes.
I'm wrong. But, yeah.
Maybe you are. Who knows? I don't know. What do I know? I'm afraid of horses.
Well, you're not English. How would you're not expected to know?
Well, I actually used to ride a horse, but
It's the same here.
that was
I can't remember.
I didn't think that was fun at all. A friend of mine had horses, and she actually made me, ride horse with her. I never did, and the horse threw me off and all of that. So
Whoa.
no, not a good thing. Not a good
Oh,
thing.
you didn't have a nice experience then.
Not at all. Not at all. Yes. Adrienne says yes. It is ESS. She probably looked it up.
Right.
That's it, DJ. Unless you have anything else to add to
No,
this.
we need to do the album.
Yes, the album.
So let me go and
Tell us about the album. People, this is live. Modern people would cut this out, but they don't go live. I am live. Mm-hmm.
So
Show us the album.
This is the front cover. As you can see, it's Iroy.
Iroy, yeah.
But it doesn't actually tell you the name of the album. What it's called. And if you go to the back, but you'll see that that's a picture of a lion, or some artwork of a lion.
Yeah.
And if you go to the back,
you see a guy.
That's Iroy. It's supposed to be Iroy.
Is that Iroy? Okay, I hadn't recognized him.
Mm-hmm. And you've got Iroy actually holding up. Yeah, that's Iroy.
Holding up what?
No, he's not holding up anything.
Oh.
No, he's just looking. Anyway, the name of the album is Heart of a Lion.
Heart of a Lion.
Yes, Heart of a Lion.
Okay.
And that's probably the best track on the album as well. Track one, side one.
It doesn't ring a bell to me. Are there any other titles on that album that I should know?
Jordan River,
mm-hmm.
Peace in the City, Move Up, Roots Man, Tonight. Although I can't remember which cut of Tonight that is. If that's the same cut that Horace, Andy, and all the other people have done. But it was his very first album, I believe, and it was put on, and it's on Virgin's Frontline.
Yeah.
Label. Frontline was
a label.
Virgin's
A label
devoted to Jamaican reggae.
Yes.
That's what it was set up for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, Heart of a Lion.
Well,
Chinna, Robbie Shakespeare on bass, Leroy Horsemouth on drums, Earl Lindo on organ and piano, Chinna, of course, on guitar.
And who did the artwork? Does it mention the artwork?
Yes, someone called Lars Håkansson. Sounds Scandinavian.
Okay, don't know that.
Hokanson is the surname. Lars is the first name. That's a Danish name, I think. Lars.
Something Scandinavian. Anyway.
Yeah. So yes, and it was mixed by Iroy and Scientist. So
big names on there.
Classic album. And I play Heart of a Lion, which is what I believe is the best track on the album, my favorite.
Well, you need to play it on Conscious Radio next Sunday, to remind us of the tune.
I will.
All right.
Yeah.
And the next thing will be next week on the Wednesday, on August the 28th. Same time, same place.
Yeah.
Different subjects or subject. And there you go. That's it for now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hosting.
I hope you enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting the show, Poca. Thanks for all the viewers.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching, for your comments. And see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.